Squidward accidentally entered a strange and fantastical space. In this space, not only strange baby octopuses appeared, but also the octopus puppet that only exists in urban legends. And the mastermind behind all of this turned out to be the dull-witted Patrick. One day, Patrick was selling lemonade in front of his house. This scene was exactly seen by Squidward, who was taking out the trash. Squidward asked him curiously what he was selling. Patrick said that he was selling lemonade. However, there is no lemon in the lemonade. Squidward then threw a lemon to him. Patrick's eyes immediately became red and swollen. Then Patrick pulled out chewing gum from under his armpit. After mixing it with the lemon, a cup of special-made beverage was ready. Soon, a customer came and drank it all in one gulp. But after drinking it, his body started twitching continuously. He stuck out his tongue and found that dirty chewing gum. Patrick tore it off and stuck it back under his armpit. Seeing the scene, the customer almost vomited. Patrick pointed to the house of wax. The salted fish then vomited to his heart's content in the house of wax. As soon as Squidward went out, he slipped on the vomit, just as he was about to argue with Patrick. The voice of SpongeBob suddenly came from behind. Squidward was startled. He sprayed ink into the bottle, and his nightmare thus began. After SpongeBob tasted it, he found that the ink-black lemonade was extremely delicious. The passing customer also thought it was very delicious, and said that she wanted another cup. But soon, there was very little lemonade left, so Patrick wanted to ask Squidward for some. As soon as Squidward heard this, he immediately closed the door. Patrick, having no other choice, could only think of other ways. He made himself extremely ugly, and then knocked on Squidward's door again. When Squidward saw him, he was so scared that he kept spraying ink. Soon, the whole glass jar was filled, but at this time, the lemonade was in short supply. He had to find a way to get more. Then Patrick found a red-footed spider. He let the spider enter Squidward's house. At this time, Squidward, who was listening to the disc, didn't know that danger had quietly approached. The spider suddenly appeared behind him. Squidward was so scared by the spider that he sprayed a lot of ink. Patrick left there with a full harvest, but he didn't expect that this little ink was still not enough. The people queuing up had far exceeded his imagination. He was going to scare Squidward again. Squidward in the house was still on guard against the spider's attack all the time. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Squidward looked outside and saw darkness in front of him. He walked a few steps bravely, but the next second, the door closed by itself. The lights in the house also turned on at this moment, and all of this was Patrick's conspiracy. Squidward walked forward in fear. Suddenly, Patrick, dressed as a ghost, appeared above. Squidward was so scared that he sprayed ink everywhere. Then he ran upstairs in fear. When he came to a room, the terrifying lullaby suddenly sounded. He saw the ugly baby played by Patrick, and was so scared that he ran around. At this time, Squidward came to a place that looked like the Krusty Krab. He learned from the newspaper that this was actually 100 years later. Next, he was forcibly teleported into the Krusty Krab. Then he saw an octopus puppet. Squidward was so scared that he sprayed a lot of ink, and then immediately fled from there. He then found that SpongeBob was actually selling his ink. Looking at the long queue, he decided to make a fortune himself. Squidward immediately blew the two of them away with a fan and opened his own ink store. But when customers came to buy, he couldn't squeeze out a drop of ink. So Squidward asked someone to scare him. Then he sprayed a lot of ink. But the customers felt very disgusted when they saw the production process. Then they ran to the house of wax and vomited. Squidward's plan ultimately failed.